All right. Hi, everyone. We're HeartTech. We understand your heart has a voice, and we're here to make sure it's heard right when it matters most. My name's Alex Pichi. I am the co-founder and CEO of HeartTech. I'm also a sudden cardiac arrest survivor and an implantable cardioverter defibrillator patient. I'm here with my co-founders, Sean Jepsen, James Geric, and one co-founder who couldn't be here today, Jose Zarate, to bring you HeartTech. So as I mentioned, I have an implantable cardioverter defibrillator, or an ICD, and these devices are life-saving. However, the system supporting them is very limited. I'm not the only person in the US today with an ICD. In fact, there's over 800,000 additional ICD patients, and this is growing at a rate of about 150,000 new patients per year. As I mentioned, ICDs have a limited support system. There's no real-time health monitoring. Additionally, 15 to 20% of ICD patients receive inappropriate shocks. And lastly, there's a delayed emergency response time. This is important because whenever we're shocked with over 80 joules of electricity, which is about 40 times more powerful than a taser used by law enforcement. When patients are shocked, they're in pain, they're afraid, and more importantly, they're alone. That's where HeartTech Sense Plus comes in. HeartTech Sense Plus reduces shock response time by over 50% by connecting patients with loved ones and medical professionals. HeartTech Sense Plus features location-specific emergency services and physician contact info. We also have patient GPS tracking, patient health metrics, and shock alerts. This is all done with 100% HIPAA compliance to ensure privacy and control. Now, patients want it, and they're willing to pay for it. We surveyed over 82 ICD patients, and over 76% of patients were interested in Sense Plus's capabilities. Additionally, looking on the right here, 56% of respondents were willing to pay at least $10 and up to $100 per month for what we offer with Sense Plus. Now, looking at the addressable market, focusing on the bottom of the screen, you can see the serviceable obtainable market. As I mentioned, there's over 800,000 ICD patients in the US today, and at a very conservative $10 per month subscription fee or $120 per year, we are looking at a $100 million market opportunity today in the US. Now, today we're looking for $10,000 to further our software development to reach that MVP proof of concept so we can share it with both patients, professionals, and caregivers, as well as advance our customer discovery, regulatory strategy, and go-to-market pathway to bring HeartTech Sense Plus to ICD patients across the country. Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Yes.
So I think this idea is really good. I think people will pay for it. But I think when I read the business plan, it sounded like one of the difficulties is you need to get the actual creator of the hardware to interface with your app. And convincing those medical device manufacturers to interface with you guys could be challenging. Have you considered trying to build any other kind of sensor which is independent, so you don't have to have them agree with you? Who knows, like a necklace or something, which can sense this massive 80 joules thing so that you can circumvent that gap in the business plan?
Absolutely. So we do have a dual strategy here. So of course, one is partnering with an ICD manufacturer today. That would be the easiest route to take because the device is already made. It does what we need it to. We've also talked to a colleague of ours in the MBA program who has a manufacturer in China who is willing to help essentially make a wrist tracker. So it wouldn't be something around your wrist. It's something that would be wearable, concept-wise, similar to an Apple Watch that can detect this amount of energy on your skin. Now, 80 joules of electricity is a lot of energy. To give perspective, that can essentially turn your body into a small microwave when it goes off. So you don't need something that's very, very sensitive. However, doing that in practice is a challenge, but it is possible, yes.
Yeah, and we've spoken with, I think, 3 manufacturers over the past year that say it is feasible to do it. And like he said, 80 joules is a lot of electricity, and so you can detect that on the skin. The route we've chosen is Plan A, which is a lot more profitable path, but totally feasible going the device route as well. That pairs with our software.
So you're interacting with a medical device. Have you looked into your regulatory pathway and what that looks like? And have you spoken to the FDA at all?
So we haven't spoken to the FDA, but what we're very careful on the claims that we're making. We're not detecting that your heart has stopped. We're detecting that the ICD has discharged. And so that dramatically changes what we're claiming and what and what we have to prove. And so if anything, it's an FDA clearance, which is a lot easier than a full-blown approval process.
I have a follow-up on that question. Do you know if there are any predicates in the market, people who have tried doing this, and what have you seen in them? Like, how are you, differentiating, and at the same time, how is that going to help your FDA pathway?
Yeah, so this was essentially the way the market works is these are all the applications for this are developed in silos. So you have a medical device manufacturer making the device and having their claims. You have the physician who implants the device. You have the sales rep who sells the device. However, what we're proposing is from a patient perspective, and this part of the product is not available in the market today, primarily because it's developed for people with heart conditions, not by people with heart conditions. Additionally, a lot of the patient demographic is much older and underserved versus when this happened to me, I was 22 at the time and could take a different approach on this.